No, get the away from me. I got my show. Get out of here. We're late. It's not right. I can't hear it. Shout out to everybody here. I got my Bitcoin tie on. We bounce back, baby. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for jumping on into the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Liver Show every single day. No days off for 1,600 and some odd days. I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021. No days off. I've worked every single day for over 1,600 days. If you can believe it, it's actually unbelievable. But it actually happened. I got a live here and a long kicking. Let's take a look at what's happening in the charts. Let's break it down. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Liver Show, baby. We're going to rock it out. We're probably going to make some money here on the stream. 105,243 for BTC. I just opened up a quick little trade here on Weeks. Okay? Weeks, baby, Weeks. I got a trade open here on MEXC. My two favorite places to trade in the game. Okay? These are my MEXC trades right here. One's up $4, one's up $24, and at 105. I was already in earlier, got out of break even. When they started this stop hunt, I got out right there. They stop hunted, they came back inside the pattern. I got back inside when we got back inside the pattern. It looked like they were going to maybe do something funny. Whenever the 21 crosses the 200 and the stochastics are low, I'm going in. That's a place where I love to get into the charts. So this is a key area for me right now that's exciting. And it's Tuesday, my favorite day to trade. Good liquidity. We had a massive smash yesterday, which means we can go back to the upside to get the squeezes on the shorts. And everything is looking pretty. I teach class the last Saturday of every month. Jump on in, $150 to jump on into class. Hit the QR code to find out more right there. I'm going to teach that in about 4 days at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Sign up today to find out everything that I know. How did I know that price could start to pump now? Based off the 21 moving average. If you don't know what the 21 moving average is, you got to learn with me. You got to get the education. You got to start listening and doing something different. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and getting blasted. You got to get an education so you can find a way out. All right? Education is the key. If you want more value, you're not making enough money in the world. You got to bring more value to the market. How do you bring more value to the market? You gain more knowledge, right? Let's just say you were working for a plumbing company and all you knew how to do was the sinks, right? But then you started getting into HVAC and other things. They'd give you more money if you knew more, right? So as you expand your knowledge, you get paid more, period. So if you're worried, if you don't think you're making enough, if you don't like your paycheck, well, it's time for you to expand your knowledge and bring more value to the market. Don't complain. Find more ways to bring value to the market. I get paid the way I get paid because I bring value to the internet. right? Advertisers like it, sponsors like it. The attention movement, right? This is the attention economy. Where attention goes, the money flows. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So Bitcoin, sitting inside of a bull flag. We're going to take a look at this. It could possibly have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there, though. You can see how there's kind of a head and shoulder slipped in there. A little bit of funky business. Are we going to hold 105,000 is the key for BTC. So right now I'm in a long trade. There's nothing else I can really show you. Stop losses should be below the 200 moving average. I use that as my protection. It plays out many times. And I'll tell you, why am I trading this? Because I used to see this and watch the price pump and not get in. I missed this trade thousands of times. See, a trader's style usually is from missing the best opportunity over and over again. Eventually you figure out where to take that opportunity and you go from there. So right now when you're looking at this, it's like, well, whenever the 21 crosses the 200, whenever we're above the smooth moving average, the SMMA and the SMA, we're above the smooth moving average and the moving average, both 200s. That tells me there's highly likely, even more so, when you're above just the 200, great. When you're above the 200 and the SMMA, the smooth moving average, there's more likelihood of a move to the upside up. Now we're starting to kind of cruise up here. And see, these aren't two small trades. That's a 0.94 Bitcoin trade. That's a $44,000 Bitcoin trade. And then we even got a weeks trade open here too, that we just opened up on weeks. If you want to trade on weeks, I'll show you where I put my stop loss and my take profit and all that fun stuff in a split second here for weeks. So I'm trading on weeks. I'm trading on MEXC, the best exchange. You can see I am calling HVAC services because my heater went down. My hot water heater went down last night. Everyone got home from the beach, ready to go. Nobody could take a shower. It was crazy. Then at night, I had a sink. My sink has like a heater on it. It's crazy. Then I started, I don't know. It has a leak protection electrical system on it. I took the battery out just to see what would happen, put the battery back in. Next thing you know, that never worked again. So last night, my sink and my hot water heater went out. You know, I'm so blessed to have a house that could break, right? Other people, you know, I used to live in a one-bedroom apartment. I worked a night shift for 7 years of my life, for 6 years, from 7 p.m. to 3 at night in New York City. So I know a lot about working hard and being on the bottom, right? And attempting to grind your way out of it. It's not easy. But you know what? Once you make it out, you got so much confidence in yourself that you've been able to make it out. You know, I became a self-made millionaire. I did it on my own. One step at a time, one day at a time. You can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. So many people never thought I could, you know, they didn't believe in me. They didn't think I had it in me. But I knew I did. And so don't listen to anybody else but yourself. You've got this. Believe in yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, not saying don't listen to anyone else but yourself, you know, but when it comes to what your true potential is and where you're going, nobody knows your true potential but you. Look at Bitcoin booming to the upside now. If you took the trade, you are now in the money. You can do what you want now. Again, it's not huge. I'm not saying you're in the money huge, but you are in the money right now on the trade. I'm in the trade here on weeks. It's going lovely to the upside too as well. I like what we're seeing here on weeks. Shout out to all my beautiful lovers of life and everybody out here. So we start off the day in a bull flag, 21 above the 200, way better than yesterday, right? Way better than all the other days. Things are starting to go our way. You know, let's take a look if there's a nice movement here too in these altcoins, and we'll look for some spot action and see if there's any altcoins too that I'm looking at that I would like to jump on into as well. You know, I like SEI. I like SWE. I still think they're great buys right now. You do whatever makes you happy. That fund token ripped. That was a bit crazy. But yeah, I like what we're seeing right now for Bitcoin. We're going to do our top-down analysis for Bitcoin. We're going to talk about the NASDAQ, the S&P. We're going to look at the DXY. We're going to look at gold. We're going to look at oil. We're going to talk about it all. And it's over, right? No more conflict. It's done. Don't talk about it again. Don't give it any fire. It's done. I never added fuel to that fire. If you remember, I kept it kosher. I kept saying, hey, I'm projecting positive energy and peace. We prayed for peace on this channel every single day. We took a moment of silence or a moment to pray for peace and project positive energy throughout the world. Every single time, your mind is quantum. It's attracting quantum ideas, quantum thoughts, sending it out into the universe and bringing it back in through energy. Every thought you have is a quantum messaging system. It's an antennae sending out into the world. So make sure that you're sending out positive vibrations to the world so you can bring back positive vibrations into your life. What you think about, what you focus on, how you vibrate is your life. The people around you, where you go, what you do, that all affects every part of your life. You're in complete control. If you're around people you don't like, it's your fault. If you're in a place you don't want to be, it's your fault. Stop blaming other people and the environment for anything else. You are the cause of everything. You know what I love? If people love to say, look at me, I'm on vacation. I got this, boo, right? Look at me. But then when they're down and out at work on a 9 to 5 and they hate where they're at, they don't want to show anybody where they're at. You know what I'm saying? They take full responsibility when they're partying and they're out on vacation. But then it's someone else's fault while I'm stuck at this job that I don't love. You see what I'm saying? But you're in control all the time. You're in control of your vacation vibes, your work vibes, every single thing that's happening. You must take accountability for your life. You must blame yourself for every single thing that's happening. The second you give away the ability to have responsibility, you give away the ability to become a multimillionaire. It's just not going to happen to you if you believe that everything else is affecting you. Because you're going to be at the whim of all the environmental effects. Your girlfriend that left you. If your mom and dad passed away like mine did and ripped your heart out. My mom died on Thanksgiving Day while she was talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can't get any... That's insane. So, and I don't bring it up for pity. I bring it up to let you know, like, nobody cared. You see what I'm saying? Like, people wrote me messages, and but you know, would anyone have picked up the slack for my business if it fell off the... No. Well, anyway, hey, Sam, I'll stream for you, man, and I'll make sure that, you know, everything goes well while you're not there. No. Right? So... It's just, you know, it's a little much. Jerome Powell is testifying today. I usually do go over it, but it's a bit boring, and you're not going to get a lot of me. You're going to get just me staring at Jerome Powell. So if that's what you want, I'll do it. But I feel like you'd rather see me trade and get it in, you know, and get more of my personality than watching Jerome Powell in the paint dry. But it's up to you. You guys want to see Jerome? Let me know how many Jeromes I got in the chat. Write Jerome if you want Jerome. Write Sammy if you want Sammy. Let's see how many more people we want. We could do a poll. Do you want Jerome or Sammy? We already know probably what's going to say, but... And I don't use desire. Do you desire Jerome or all Sammy? All right? Jer Powell. Sammy. All right? Start a poll here. Do you desire Jer Powell or Sammy? Let me know. Let me know. And I see a lot of Sammy slamming in there right now. I don't think anybody wants to watch Jer Powell. No more Powell, please. I beg you, Sam. I know people are like, no. I can't take it anymore. Don't do it to me. How dare you, you know. Let's go to TradingView here, and we're going to give you your top-down analysis for Bitcoin. I know that's why you come here every single day. You absolutely love that top-down analysis. I do too. Together, we make it happen. Bang, bang, bang. Bitcoin looking like it's in a beautiful bull flag. I predict the move to the upside is happening. There's a 68% chance. It's my model. You're touching the 21 above the 200 inside of a flag with low stochastics. That tells me there's a big move coming to the upside for Bitcoin. We're also going to take a look at that NASDAQ for you as I made a NASDAQ trade. I haven't checked on it right now. It's up 8%. I did it again, baby. I did it again. The NASDAQ trade I gave you last night is in the money, and we're in a bull flag here. It looks like it could continue to the upside. I'm looking for this NASDAQ to bang to the upside. I bought there, I sold there. 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 You can see I just nailed the NASDAQ. All my trades have just been impeccable. I bought there, I sold there. I bought there, I sold there. I bought there, I sold there. You can see it. 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. I'm buying the lows, I'm selling the tops on the NASDAQ all day long. Like, you can see all my trades. I bought there, I sold there. I bought there, I sold there. I bought there, I got out a little bit. I bought there, I sold out barely. Struggling trades. And I think I sold right there. So that was my first loss right there. See, I bought and had to sell low. But bought and sell. We've been nailing it. Out of 11 trades, I lost 2. 9 for 11 on the NASDAQ. You can't believe that. And look, our balance, $6,000. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Insanity. I went all in last night. Let's see here. Wow. We're going to take that $2,000 to $10,000 one step at a time, baby. One step at a time. Crazy. I believe that, hold on, no, I got to bring that down. We were at 38. Yeah. I'll bring that back down. We're at like, right now we're about 3,800. Thank you so much, Lifer. You're awesome, man. Your trading group is phenomenal. Join the 99 to boost your knowledge of the gains. Thank you. It's all probability. Lifer figured out the best probabilities, so go keep doing the probabilities to win the long. Exactly. It's all probability, and I sat here for years and found out the highest probability for you. That's it. What he just said is my life in a nutshell. That's it. It's all probability, and I sat here and did it over and over and over again until I found the greatest places to get in. When the Stokes are low and the 21 is touching, there's nothing better. It doesn't mean it's going to happen every time, but it says there's open for the movement. Let's delete everything. Let's remove the moving averages. Let's take a look here at what's happening for Bitcoin on the weekly, and then we're going to whittle our way down. Shout out to everybody here on this beautiful Tuesday. There's absolutely so much money to be made in these markets, and the volatility this summer has been amazing. Way better than almost any other summer I've ever had. I'm super, super excited. Look at this. We got testimonials coming in. I came back here to show some gratitude to Sam, my master friend. I joined when Bitcoin was around 19K. Sam made my views not seem crazy. Thanks to him, I bought a lot of Bitcoin sub 25K. I traded and bought more Bitcoin. I never really bought many alts. I lived in a 1,400 square foot house 4 years, more than we needed. But I just bought the red days, all DCA'd, heavy into Tesla too. Now I'm learning the master friend MP model. Been paper trading most of all, not trading. And I'm starting to take more accurate trades and been satisfied with not wanting more. The mindset has changed my life. We've now moved into a 3,800 square foot house, private pool, parks, walking trails, apple orchards. Oh my God. And in all realness, I don't think I would be here today without this Discord. It changed my thought process. It changed my want. It focused me. I am not suited to take Tuesdays off for the business. I run to have time for my schedule dedicated to trading. No interference. Tuesday's the best day, man. This is the place where winners are born. Many blessings to flow to anyone reading this. You are in the right place. Yo, God bless you, bro. You're bringing tears to my eyes from 1,800 to 3,800 square feet, man. And like me, I was in a 700 square foot apartment for 10 years of my life. I now own 2 homes over 38 square foot. You know what I mean? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to that. I love this. This is why I show up every single day, to help people get out of their head, to push themselves. It's not just the charts. It's to show you that you can too. You can do this. You've got this. Stop letting doubt and stop letting anyone tell you can't do this. Push yourself to the limit. You're your best friend and your own worst enemy. You must become your best friend. Nobody knows your true potential but you. My mom and dad loved me. They told me, hey, Sam, but they didn't know that I was going to become a multimillionaire and travel the world. I did. That was my thought. I knew I had something great in me, but nobody else did. If you have energy like that inside, no one else is going to know what you have truly inside but you. You got to follow your heart. You got to follow your tribe. And you know what's saddest thing about all this is, sometimes to be the most successful, you got to go alone. Not everybody's going to be able to go with you. Not everybody's going to be able to go with you. It's just not going to happen. Master Friend is the GOAT. Sam is the bot. Together, we unite and form Megatron Trader. But seriously, weekly looking beautiful. Let's take a look at what's happening here on the weekly. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. And let me show you what matters. So right now, weekly support or resistance, 104,460. That's the key level of the weekly. We lost it. It looked like it was treachery. Back to 100,000, 98,000 at one point. Can you believe it on a wick? Wow, you could have got Bitcoin at 98K. And who bought more Bitcoin at 99? I did. Who bought Bitcoin in front of everyone in the fear? I did. 2 grand, 3 grand, 5 grand, 6 grand. We just kept stacking the chips for BTC. Who's up huge on the Bitcoin buys that we made from 84 to 74 to 90 to 100K? We did. We did here. Who bought the fear every single time? We did. I did, at least. I hope you did too. So, are you sure he wears pants every single time I got pants on? All right? I don't pull that Kevin O'Leary boxer nonsense here on the stream. We don't do that here. So look, the candle closed above the 104,500 area. That's an absolute beautiful side of the weekly that we could continue further to the upside. How's that energy revving up? I like the energy today too. We're ripping. Sam has changed so much. He made all this money and now he wears pants. He traded for years with no pants. Now he's Mr. Fancy Pants. Shout out to the golden god out there. My name is Nebraska. I lived in the Matchbox Omaha. You're funny. I don't know what that means, but God bless you, brother. May have pants on, but no stocks. You bought Bitcoin at 107,000? Not that much, though. You don't know? I probably did. Yeah. But I bought way more. So I love this guy. He brings up my 107K buy, but he doesn't buy when I bought 84,000 in front of the world, though. Whatever, man. I don't have nothing to prove, man. You got something to prove to yourself. I got nothing to prove to you. I'm so happy where I'm at. I lost my mom and dad. I'm with God now. My whole life, I've lost my life numerous times and somehow made it back. I went through a glass door, bleeding out the wrist, all over the place. You know what I mean? I should be dead, and I'm not. So every single day I get is a blessing. Every extra moment I get to breathe is a blessing. I don't really stress money like most people. I don't stress Rolexes. All this stuff is fun. It's all for show. It's all for everybody else. Hey, look, I can get it too. Does it matter to me? No, I go right off to the woods and sleep in a tent. I could eat fish and sleep in a tent, wear the same pants for 10 days. I could care less. All right? The weekly looking wonderful, stupendous. And honestly, that could break out of a flag to the upside. It could be at the top of the range and come back down too. You could see us end up all the way back down here and make a broadening falling wedge. It could happen. Let's pull a Fibonacci and see where the level would like to take us. I mean, you could end up back at 88,000. You could. I don't want to say we're out the water yet. I'm open-minded. See, everyone else is, oh, we're all bullish now. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. You know, it looks good today. Tomorrow could be different. I mean, the way Bitcoin, one day it looks horrible. The next day it looks great. So it could do anything. All right. Clanker coin. That's another thing I did hear about when it first started. SEI is looking like fire today. If Bitcoin rips out that flag, everything is going to start ripping. If Bitcoin can stay sideways, everything is going to start ripping. All right. We could hit the top of the range and we could end up dumping. This candle would have to close though. So today we would go sideways. If tonight we close at like 105.4, we stay right around here, it's likely we'll roll over and possibly come back down to the bottom of the range. But so far so good. I like what I'm seeing on the weekly. It's twisted and turned. It's burning. And we can see some movement here. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart. The 5-day with a bullish candle. That's what I call those is a bullish pin bar. All right. That's a bullish candle. Why? Well, it has a huge wick to the upside. It defied all the odds of the shorts and got right back into position. And it looks like Thor's hammer, right? It's a hammer. We call that a bullish hammer, a bullish pen bar. It looks like a hammer with a little top and a big swinging handle, right? Like Thor, he would swing a handle. That's how he would swing. That's Thor's, sledgehammer right there, right? So bang, the bullish pin bar, the bullish, I like it, right? Bullish hammer. So the hammer suggests we will show up back to the top of the range, head to 110,278. That's what the hammer suggests. Very likely that it will. Let's take a look at that 3-day chart. The 3-day never changed position. It just wicked, but it got back inside the pattern. So this pattern is still valid to me. Honestly, you could buy right now with a wick below this red wick here and take it for a spin. You're buying the bottom of the pattern. Stop would be below this wick, and then you go for your first wick-to-wick move here. This could be a beautiful move here for Bitcoin. I would write this down, take a screenshot of it, and say, hey, that could be a glorious trade right there. I'm going to post that to the group because that's a beautiful trade. Bitcoin pumping, doing damage. We're up nicely. 105,450, and we're pumping here on weeks to the upside. I like it, and we're pumping here on MEXC as well. Trades are going well. Everything in our favor. So far, so good. If you took the trade that I gave you this morning, you are in the gains. I don't know how many times I've said it, but I've said it many times. The week's trade up $173, up about 7%, 337 actually, up 7% on the week's trade. Okay. Everything going our way, 328 here for Bitcoin. Can we turn this into a couple $1,000 day? It looks like we very well may for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. Link in the description to BOOKMAP. I do get a commission if you sign up. They do not sponsor the channel though. Now you can see most of the liquidity is above us to 110,000, suggesting that we're going to liquidate 110K. That's where all the liquidity is right now. You can see it is right there. And we're already liquidating some shorts here. That's what's happening. This is short liquidation. This is showing me where all the liquidity lies on the order book. I can see where people are hiding. I can see where people are going. I can see what's happening. This is a key piece of insight that really helps me understand the market in a key way. I see my flags, and then I can tell if there's liquidity above us, and if there's going to be a short squeeze or a long squeeze, and it's very accurate. It's about 90% accurate. When there's more liquidity above us, we go to it. If there's more liquidity below us, we go to it. Very simple way to trade. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Just stay with me. Understand BOOKMAP. And if you want BOOKMAP, I believe it's between $50 and $80 a month if you get Global Plus. Sign up today. It is my secret weapon. It's made me so much money for $80 a month. Phew. I get to see where all the stop losses, where all the liquidity is. This thing is a golden goose. I'll tell you that right now. BOOKMAP has made me so much money in the past. It's out of control. So, absolutely lovely here to see what's happening to the charts. 105,511 for Bitcoin, and 105.5 is such a key level. Such a key level. Hold on. I want to open up my Discord, and I want to post this 3-day chart before I forget. Thank you to the testimonials. They really rev me up. They really get me going because, money is money, but I can't buy testimonials, right? Sam's like a father to me with lessons my own wouldn't have ever taught. Sam, you not only helped me find myself, you also guided me down a path of financial freedom. I can't be more grateful than to find someone like you in the community that keeps these beautiful souls singing. God bless you, Turbo Tyler. I love you, man. Thank you. That's another beautiful, and that came in yesterday at 9 p.m., man. People are always writing nice things for me, and that's keeping me going. It makes me want to be, it makes me feel like, I could be a good dad for my kids, a good support system for many people around the world. And if I can do that, if I can stay so solid that I can help other people get solid, that's the key. You get yourself put together so well that you can help other people get put together. That's when you know you're changing the world, everybody. All right? Well, you put your best foot forward so well, you can help other people clean up what they can't. They're struggling. They can't seem to get organized. They're not disciplined. And you make them realize that they had it all along inside. They just got to have someone to tell them that they had it. They just needed someone to speak to them with confidence, be behind them, and then show them the way. Like, actually show them that you're doing it every single day. Like, it's one thing to tell someone something, but to actually do it, I live and breathe it. You guys see my struggles. You guys see me go through ups and downs. You guys see me every once in a while. I make a bad call. I get plastered. People call me names. They leave the group. They think I suck. And then the next day, everyone loves me. We're ripping to the upside, and it's the other story, right? So I go through it all the ups and downs, but I show up every single day no matter what. That's the key. It's the consistency that people will respect and love about you. You don't have to be the greatest. You just have to be the most consistent. People respect that. They will always respect you for being consistent, showing up, doing what you say you're going to do. Never say you're going to do something and not do it. That is horrible business. I'm dealing with a business right now. Said they were going to show up. They didn't. Not good business, man. That's a mark on you. Like, I'll remember that. And I'm going to be finding another business the whole time because I feel insulted. I work every single day. I never take a day off. So why should I work with a business that doesn't do everything the most efficient way? If my business runs efficiently, then I should only work with the most efficient businesses. If you're not efficient, if you're not doing your thing, get away from me. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be around subpar individuals. I want high frequency, ready to go. I don't even want a guy that's not high frequency around me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pay for that. So you come to my house, it's like, again, it's important. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple days ago, dude said, yeah, I'll be there. Never showed up. I don't understand. Did it twice already. That's horrible business. Horrible business. Just tell the customer that you're super busy and you may be able to get there that day, but you're not sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, give yourself an out every time so you don't get called out. I learned that a long time ago. Always give yourself an out. Say, hey, I believe we can get there. We do have a couple other things going. We're going to work our best to get there, but I can't guarantee it today. Never tell your customer you're showing up and not show up. It's the worst thing you could be doing. It's like me. I'm going to live stream tomorrow and then never live stream. People will be like, what? So Bitcoin on the 3-day chart looks absolutely beautiful to me. I like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin on the 3-day. And we'll come back to that chart. We'll come back to that chart for sure. I want to keep that. That's why I posted it to the Discord. I want to come back to that. Get that Mountain Valley spring water. Get yourself going, baby. So here we are, another day trade. I day trade leverage on Bitcoin and derivatives and futures every single day, in case you're wondering. About 90% of the time, you're going to actually watch me live trade. I made $1,000 in under 3 minutes on Saturday night. If you watched, it was out of control. Fat fingered the trade. It was crazy. Shout out to anyone that watched that. It was bananas. 105,564. I see a move at least to the top of the pattern. 107.8 would look like a nice, likely place to take some profits. Let's move to the daily. The daily. So they dolphin dipped the daily, ripped it back inside the pattern. As far as I'm concerned, you could put it like this. You could do whatever you want. I'm using the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart looks the best to me. Makes the most sense, right? But this says at least we're going to bounce up back to here, somewhere back to the top of the range. I wouldn't be surprised back to 110,000. And that's what BOOKMAP says. BOOKMAP's got 111, 110. It says we can get to some key levels back to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the 12-hour and the 22. They both look good to be two. They both got legs back to the upside. I like it. You slap all the moving averages. We're back above the 200 there on the 22. Never even really tested it. Never tested it here. The 8-hour ripped above the 200 moving average. Now it's in a bit of a flag. Looks like it could continue to the upside. Every time frame looks bullish. The 4-hour in a bit of a flag. It's a little overbought on the stochastics RSI, and it is below the 200 moving average. A little far for the 21. I see a big pump. Huge short squeeze, probably up to 110, and then there's going to be a massive dump back to the 21-day moving average. This happened just last week. Like, we pumped huge above the 200. Maybe not. Yeah, right here. See, we pumped up huge. We got to the 200. We pumped up huge, but you get away from that 21, you're coming back to it. That's the only thing that got me a little stressed. How far the 4-hour is from the 21-day moving average. I'd like them a little closer. That 22, the 2-hour looks like it's about to blast, and then back to that 1 hour touching the 21 in the flag, and this is where we stand. So you can see why I went long today. Like, it's pretty obvious, right? It's not like my sauce isn't secret. You can really see, I take you guys through all my thought processes every day, and if you watch the channel enough, you're gonna see before I even explain what my thought process was. You go, oh yeah, he did this because he likes the 21, he's above the 200, there's his 21, there's Sam's stuff right there. That's what Sam does. Everybody knows what I do now. It's obvious. I have a system that I don't break from. I do the same thing over and over again. I'm up in gains right now because I don't break from the system. You see what I'm saying? And if you broke from the system, you're not going to be up in gains. It just is what it is. Okay, I reloaded. All right. Bitcoin doing damage. 105,487. I like what I'm seeing. I love when the trades are going well. We're up 260 in one trade, 140 in another trade. Heck, if I stopped out right now, I'd make $1,000 today. I got 300 here, 151, that's 450. The week's trade's probably about 452 as well, so about 850 now. 359. All right, 359. Then I got 300, that's 650, and another. Yeah, I'm up about $800 right now on the day. $800 a day is beautiful. I'll take it. And it's not even the day. I've been trading for 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? $800 for 2 hours of work. I'll bang on it. Now we're up 320, 166, 320. We're starting to rip on this trade. And I expect this to go way higher. I expect this to be somewhere at $108,000, $106,000, $107,000. Bitcoin makes nice $2,000, $3,000 moves now on any given day. It's pretty awesome what it does. So I'm excited. Price cuts in Florida, man. Florida homes are diving. I definitely bought the top in Florida. Yikes. Probably already lost $100,000 on my house. But hey, I didn't buy it to make money. I bought it to live there and have fun. So it is what it was. Thank God I got burn money, you know, for crying out loud. 105.5 for Bitcoin. BOOKMAP doing damage. All right, so we just did your top-down analysis for Bitcoin. We took you from the weekly all the way back down to the 1 hour time frame. We don't even really need the small time frames today. Thank the Lord. You know, 105,600 for Bitcoin. Short squeeze continuing to the upside. I like how this is moving. So far, so good for Bitcoin. Always use a stop loss. Move stop losses to break even. Once you're up in the trade, you never know what can happen. It might go the opposite way in a second. We do have resistance right here, and we're going to have to break through 105.8 in order to become, to get the bigger movement. I like these stochastics low. I like the RSI. I like the MACD. Everything is setting up for a possible beautiful move here for BTC. Okay, let's move on to the DXY. Why? Because we have to. Let's take a look at the DXY, the dollar index for the American dollar. That is slumping to the downside. We talked about this making a bear flag. The DXY got rejected too at that key level. Headed lower, man. It lost 100, which is such a key zone. So for a second, it looked like it was going to pump. And then, look at, oh man, then it made another bear flag. It lost the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. Look, it had the shoulder, head, shoulder that said it was going to break up. It tried to pump. Tried to get above, what, the 4 hour 200? Yeah, but look, it got rejected by the 4 hour 200 moving average. Absolutely beautiful. Made a bear flag and collapsed to the downside. The DXY. Does look like it could bounce, but this is great. It's in a downtrend. And that's good for inflation if the DXY could continue lower, right? Actually, no, it's bad for the lower. Yeah, prices have to go up. They keep printing the dollar, but, you know, the dollar went up. Honestly, what I'll tell you is the more the dollar loses value, the more Bitcoin you should be owning. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. If you didn't buy Bitcoin 5 years ago, today's the best day. If you didn't buy it yesterday, when's the first time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the best time? Now. You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at Bitcoin, man. Always tell yourself, you know, remind yourself, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Today. Bitcoin's the same way. Like, get yourself off zero. If you don't own Bitcoin yet and you're still playing games, you made $500 today and you didn't put $100 in Bitcoin, you're not living right. You made $1,000, you didn't put $200 in Bitcoin, you're not living right. You're not saving for your future generation. You're squandering your money in a fiat currency they're going to print to zero. I figured out this in 2010, and look what happened to me. I got dumb rich. So you can do this too. But I used the knowledge to get rich. I figured out what they were doing. I figured out they were going to print money to zero. Understand? Very important. Very, very important. I studied history. I stayed on that night shift alone inside the internet, playing with those charts alone. Nobody else told me what to do. I followed my instincts and kept moving, just like you did when you found my channel. You followed your instincts and you kept moving. That's what you got to do, all right? That's the way. That is the way. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Where are my lifers at, man? Let's go. Seriously. I built this house. Support the lifer, man. Let's go. Where is everybody, man? Dang. When you're consistent, you can see who isn't. Amen. So the DXY falling further to the downside. Great sign here for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance and see what's happening to Bitcoin dominance. Are we going to go lower with these altcoins? Any saving grace here? We'll take a look at the weekly. So looking at the weekly for Bitcoin dominance, the last time I looked at it, I saw this bull flag kind of, or ascending triangle, it looks like breaking out, but we'll get back into that right now. I just want to look at the weekly. You know, we're starting to get some bearish div here. Like it looks more, either it's going to be a parabolic run, and it's still swinging up. So it's showing signs of a parabolic run. So either we get a nasty dump down here. This starts to break down altcoins, right? We could top out, at 65, but looks like there could be a blow off top for Bitcoin here. And it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in Bitcoin, and we get to 75% dominance. That would, to me, be the top, right? Somewhere close to, and then we could start to pull back and possibly get alt season. This looks like we could get a massive move. This starts to drop and fall down, though. That'd be a great sign for alt season. So I would watch that very closely. 3-day chart, the weekly chart. This breaks down when you have alt season, unless you have a black swan event and Bitcoin dumps. It can dump also when Bitcoin dumps, but mainly, alt season. Let's take a look at Tether dominance. Let's hope that fell off a cliff and people decided to jump out of Tether so fast when they saw Bitcoin mooning. So Tether dominance, let's break it down too on the weekly and look at it by itself. And I do this every single Friday. I do a macro technical analysis video where I go over everything. And I show you there was about to be a massive crash. The Friday video kind of told you what was coming. And that's why you can't let this news and this fear in your mind. You've got to have a long-term projection. Like, it doesn't matter what happens to Iran and all that other stuff. I buy more Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? I just use the fear. I don't care what the reason for the fear is. Fine, just give me fear. Find a reason. I don't care what it is. Make it up. But make sure I get low Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? Like, give me the prices below 100K like you did. They gave us below 100,000 recently. That was a gift. If anyone didn't take that gift because they were full of panic, dang. Bitcoin struggling to hold 105.5 here, staying inside this flat channel. That's okay. The flatter, the better for BTC, right? If it goes flat, it's good for the altcoins. So look, we have a bit of a shoulder, possible head, possible right shoulder, bit of a cup and a handle here. Major resistance at about 6.6% on Tether dominance. And they made a lower high. This kind of looks like shoulder, head, right shoulder to me too as well. Like it may roll over. I would love that. So shoulder. Sorry, I made it a little too big. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, roll over to the downside. Let Bitcoin rip. And it does look like we may get, and even the stochastics could roll over. The way they're curving here, even though they're low, could curve down again. I see a dump here for the US Tether dominance, and that would be great. Why would you want to be in Tether when you can be in the greatest asset in the world? They're going to continue to print to zero, Bitcoin, and fall through this gap to the VRVP all the way back down to that level 2 at 2.2%. So that could take 8-9 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks. Yeah, 8 to 10 weeks, 7 to 10 weeks, 7 to 11. But that's what I'm looking at. We're going to watch that closely and keep an eye on that too as well. But Tether dominance looking good. Let's take a look at that nasty the NASDAQ. I see it in a rising wedge that could break out parabolically. And that's what it is. Remember, we called this reversal for you. The inverted head and shoulder, the hidden bullets inverted. Everyone was bearish here. Said we were going lower. Said it was the beginning of a bear market. I said, no way. I said, we're going to reverse here. Off of fib, and we even had hidden bullish divergence. It was awesome. So right now, you can see how big that green candle is. That's a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly. Very strong so far, right? Again, very strong candle here on the 3-day, even though the 3-day is very overbought. And it brings me to the daily that's oversold, and it looks like it wants to break out. And so it's in this rising wedge flag. And again, anything is possible. I'm open-minded. I get it. Let it go sideways and make a flag. But I see this thing attempting to break out. I got a trade on the NASDAQ. I'm in it right now. We'll see where it goes. Once it got above 22,000 too, that was a key level, 22,000. Some bearish div here, though. That slows down, that flows up. But it tells us we could maybe mellow out and go sideways before anything else. Take a look at the ES1 S&P futures. I can do Forex. I can do anything you want. Anything you guys want. Forex, S&P, you name it. Let me know. I see this breaking to the upside. And we're up 50-50 here, 0.82% on the day. All right. Back to the live trades. What's happening with the live trades? We got some live trades cooking for you right now on Weeks in Bitfinex. On Weeks in MEXC, sorry. And we're doing great at 105.529. Is that where we're at? Oh, 105.34. Let's see here. Let me refresh, and then I'll flip it on to you. Wow. 105.347. I think we're back on price action there. We slumped a little back from the 105.5. Yeah, 376. Still up in the trades. Everything going well, but not as big as we were before. So we're watching that flag. They could stomp punt us, dump it, or keep it pumping. In my lifetime, that's a pretty strong flag. Could break out, but I would like to see it break out sooner than later. Sideways price action ain't bad either. And you can't beat MEXC. 0.02% taker. 0% maker fee. Nobody. That's the lowest fees in the game. Sign up to MEXC today. Link in the description below. Found out at MEXC. All right? I love MEXC. They have the most altcoins. They have the greatest liquidity. I can get in and out with massive amounts. It's one of my favorite exchanges in the game. So sign up to MEXC today if you don't want to pay a lot of fees. All right? Blessings on blessings for everybody out here. And again, everyone's like, oh, people don't show their account. They're not transparent. I show accounts every day. And all the time. Look, up $33,000 today on the P&L. Imagine making 33 grand in a day. Imagine what that would do for your life. Making $30,000 in a day. I do it all the time. All right. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And it starts small. I started making $100 a day, then $200 a day, then $300 a day, then $500 a day, then $1,000, then $2,000, then $3,000. Then I could start, And just if you're a progressive person, why not keep moving? Why would you slow down? You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to stop. So I don't see the point. Like, why would you stop? No reason to stop. Just keep moving. You expand because you expand. Money expands just because you want to progress. It has nothing to do with the money. People that are money hungry watch the money and they go, oh. But it's just like getting good at a sport. It just happens to be money because I'm playing a sport of money. You see what I'm saying? Can you long whatever if you low level DCA? Those trades are winners. God bless you, AEROs. I love you. Gold is about to collapse. Look at that, too, because why would you want to be in gold? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Sammy, do you think mini alt season much respect? I don't know what the answer to that question is. Yeah, I like that, Sam. I needed to hear it. You got it, Crypto Samo. No rushing. It started small. It took me 17 years to make my first $1 million, everybody. 17 years. I started at 22, 15. I was 37, 38. Yeah, but about 16 years, man. When I first said, I'm going to make a millionaire, I'm going to start trading with these stocks. It took me a long time. It took me way longer than I thought it was going to take me. You see what I'm saying? Way longer than I thought it was going to take me. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. That pumps this stream to the upside, gets people going. Thank you for the $42 in chat revenue. May God bless you. I put my money where my mouth is. I show you everything. I don't BS you. All right, we're here every single day, no days off. Sam, you don't need to show none. Believe it, people, your account. You're the GOAT. God bless Patrick Power. I love you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, we bought 84K, man. We were there. We never took a day off, man. About 300 birds of soul a dip. If only I was too long it. You're funny. That is longing when you buy it on the dip, man. Thank you, Sam. Another winning Bitcoin trade for you. Can you look at ETH for us, please? Shout out to Nick Gailey. God bless you, man. 500 likes. Pump it up, guys. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Definitely worth taking a look at Ethereum. So there's the NASDAQ. There's the S&P. There's Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance. Let's take a look at gold and oil. We're going to cover it all for you here on this channel every single time. Wow, I like the trade for gold. Gold was a hedge if there was going to be war. Now there's no war. Gold gets dumped. People want Bitcoin. I still think gold has a bit of has some traction here, but let's take a look. No stop loss here. The gold trade did go up, but right now you would be down to the gold trade. At the same time, you were up, so you could have brought your stop loss to break even, and you can't lose. You got to be able to manage your trades. The second you're above your entry, you should be able to manage that trade, properly. Yeah, I love it, but they have some issues. I use a VPN several times. They tell me I had to pull my yeah. What do peeps think about Ether? I own Ether. I have it in the portfolio. So, hey, you asked the question, you got an answer. Hope that works for you. God bless you, buddy. So gold, slumping. That's the thing. If the war was going to go on, gold was going to rip. Now they're going to change hands and gold's going to dip. It's just so funny, right? The ascending triangle is a 50-50% pattern. It's not a bull pennant. Remember that. It's not a bull pennant. Understand? So take a look here at what's happening. I'll take you anywhere. Just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan. That could still bounce. I'm not trading gold right now, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm trading the NASDAQ and Bitcoin, but we could still get a bounce. It's still gold. Sold gains every day and night. Mr. Price made gains every day. Join the lifers and see for yourself. Defund the shorts, man. People that join the group get paid. They figure it out. A lot of people do. Now, I can't say everybody does, but a lot of people do. God bless you, man. Thank you for jumping on in. We appreciate that. We love you, and we thank you so much for a $50 super chat. That's very nice of you. You didn't have to give it. That will come back to you tenfold. This man will get $500 some way, somehow, in the next couple days. It'll make its way to you. Yeah. Remember we were looking at copper recently? Someone said copper is mooning. It looks like it's about to moon. Very tight right there. I would look for a move out of copper. It is a symmetrical, but because it's above the 200 and it got a nice uptrend, definitely says more is coming for copper. The target for copper 625 says it can get there by mid-August. All right. $105, $450. Someone said timber. I thought Bitcoin was dumping, man. Why did you go timber, man? Why did you do that? You just gave me timber means the whole market's about to dump. So I don't know why you're doing that. Receiving is addictive 100%. Aren't ascending triangles bullish patterns? Not 50-50. No, they are not. They're 50% patterns. They are not bullish patterns. They look bullish and they act bullish, so people think they are, but they're 50%. But just in an uptrend, they have far more of a use case to continue up. But tomorrow news today, every single time, baby. That's what we do here on the channel all the time. Okay, moving forward, we've got Bitcoin locked up. We're now kind of branching off. It's 11 o'clock, right? We kind of see what's happening. It takes us between 10:10 and about 11 to 11:15 to get Bitcoin wrapped up. Sometimes we make our trades before then. Sometimes we're in and out. Sometimes we're selling for the night before. It depends. But that's how this whole kind of trading school works here on the stream. Now we're going to start looking at the altcoins, see what's happening in the bigger market, see if there's opportunity following Bitcoin. Wow, Fun token just continued to rip. That's crazy. Figured it would eventually lose that penny, though. I used them for over 2 years, no problem, but this stuff started like a month ago. I still use them, just with lower amounts. Yeah. Love me some copper. Shout out to Jamie, man. Love me some copper. Shout out to everybody here. Let's take a look at the last hour, what's hot and what's not. AERO drone continues to be hot. Aptos. SP, this one was hotter than everything else, Hyperliquid was definitely showing strength. Fartcoin showed strength. Back above $1. Ondo slipping, though. Did not show strength, but it's at 77 now. At least it's up. Render back to 329. Caspa at 7.5. Whoever grabbed Caspa at 6.6 got a deal there. And then the rest of the market, SWE, Skycoin has been on my radar up and down. Moves with MakerDAO, right? Pancake swap at 218. Wow. And let's just see kind of what people are searching for and talking about. Coins, and we'll go to trending coins too as well here. Super chat for Tars AI. Shout out to Lakochi Coker in the house. Shout out to everybody here. 491 likes, $92 in chat revenue. Thank you so much for each and every one of you for jumping on in. SEI is up 65% in the last 7 days. I'm telling you right now, SEI is the sleeper coin. It's SU, it's SUI, it's Solana, it's SEI. You know it, and I know it. I've been saying it since day one, but they've kind of downplayed this idea for so long. But the narratives have not changed. RWA is still here. There's still BRC20. Like, the narratives haven't changed. Virtuals will still get hot. Vader AI will move. Like, I still have faith in the narratives. They've been buried. No one talks about them, but there's still a narrative that will come out. There's still AI agents. They're going to start ripping out of control. That's not over yet. It's just taking a little bit of a chill pill right now. So we have SPX69, Masa, Syrup, Resolve, Grass, Ondo, Optimism, Bitcoin, ENA, and Layer Zero. These are the most searched coins. And the most visited, Newton. Spark Chain, this is a new one. Sahara AI, new one too. Solana, Mango Network, new on the radar, 29 million. Bombi, new on the radar, 9.7 million. Namana, new on the radar. We went over that just a couple days ago too. Humanity Protocol, Gradient Network. These are new coins you've never heard of. Write them down. We'll start doing research. Because they may be the ones at 5 or 10x, because when new coins come out, they're ready, baby. They're ready. All right. Bitcoin 105,560, looking sweet. So far, so good. And yes, we did just close a candle above the previous candle, looking green. We got to break that resistance there, though. It looks like the resistance is going to be at, I'll even use the wicks. It's about 105.8, 105,800. Bitcoin ripping the highest we've been in the trade right now. 105,639. If you took the trade with the lifer, you are in the gains. You're in the gains right now. You can't complain. All right. Shout out to the 1,520 people. We used to have 2,500 people here. 1,000 people decided they weren't going to trade the week, or they got obliterated. I don't know where 1,000 people went. We had 2,500 people when I was in a month ago when I was in Las Vegas. But I guess less people watched YouTube even in the summertime. But man, they're going to miss out on massive opportunity. Bitcoin's going to rip like you read about. They're all going to come back in late. They're going to miss out on all the opportunity that's here. It is what it is. You can't force it. You can't get people to be responsible. But I'm going to take mine. Look, this trade's up 481 here on weeks. Okay? We're up 481 on the weeks trade. We're up 380 on this trade. 196, right? So we're doing great. Now we're up about a G on the day. 500 here. Yep. And then another 400 and then another 600 here. We're up $1,100 in the trade today. And this thing looks like it's just getting started with the breakout to the upside. Anything is possible. I'm excited to see where this trade could go today and how much money we could make. Chance we can make $5, $6, $7, maybe even $10,000 today if it goes well. If it goes well. Miss a day, miss an opportunity, 100%. I ain't going to miss those days, though. I'm going to do it, Sebi, quarterly to the 99, then a year. Thank you for the skills. God bless you, brother. A-Rose, we love you. Hey, I don't take days off. You're going to get your money's worth. I know that. I'm going to push it. You're going to get your educational's money worth every single time. And you're going to learn how to handle this market by someone that does it every single day. Like, where else do you want to learn? From someone hands-on. Look at the short squeeze here for BOOKMAP. Money starting to flow our way. I like what I'm seeing here. This is good. This is how we pay the bills, baby. One step at a time. One moment at a time. One day at a time. Heavily volatile, though. We're up and down all around. Driving to work and listening to you. Shout out to Mr. Never Wrong. That's funny. Sam, what is your average daily gains? It's none of your business. How's that? Yeah. If you wanted to know my average, because you want to know how much rent I come in from all my passive incomes, you don't want to know how much money I make from everything I do in my life? I don't think you do, because it would probably make you sick. All right? Just look at your wallet. I'll look at mine. Together we'll show up every day. I don't need to know what you're making to make money, right? So why should you need to know what I'm making? I'm just being honest. I show my trades, but at this point, it's security reasons. No one needs to know what I make a day. It's none of anybody's business at this point. It's a lot of money, all right? There you go. Happy now? I don't need to know what's in your wallet to make money. You don't need to know what's in mine. It doesn't make any sense. Know that I'm rich enough to wear a different suit every single day of the week for the next freaking 10 years. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? I travel the world. I have a blast. I don't know. You figure it out. You do the math. I don't know. He says it every stream. Just pay attention. If you're pocket watching, you're funny, man. I'm just being honest. Sometimes my honesty is a little affront. It's effrontery, right? It is savage. Yeah. You got to be a savage out here. I grew up in Boston. We're all savages in Boston, man. Sammy, sweet. It's Sammy. Yeah. Sammy has 0.0001 Bitcoin, 100%. Yeah, exactly. I don't got no Bitcoins. I ain't getting no sleep. I need more sleep than Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? No. Anyway, moving forward with these altcoins, let's take a look here. All right. It's funny, like, what if I told you I had a mental breakdown last week and I lost every single trade for the last month and I just could collapse, but yet I could teach you how to trade. So it doesn't matter what my win rate is either. This is crazy. It doesn't. It doesn't. Just know that I've back tested all of these probabilities for you, and it's likely going to happen if you listen to me. That's it. That's all you need to know. All right. Love the suit. I'm inspired by how many nice suits you have. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you. AI Tech, please. Oh, that's a long one. We haven't looked at that in a long time. Let's take a look at Ethereum and move forward now with the trading. Ethereum here on Binance or Messe. Let's take a look here. I mean, that kind of went back down all the way here. Hi, brother. What do you think about Zex? Could you please see it once? I've never heard of it. Yeah, I don't know if I want to look at that. I don't know about it. So I don't like to look at things I don't know about because I don't want to be promoting things that I don't even know about. You see what I'm saying? I got to be careful here. I don't just do whatever I'm told. I know you people pay for super chats, but sometimes I have to have my own reservations over whether it's worth putting it on the stream or not. You know, this could turn into a complex inverted head and shoulder here. We have multiple right shoulders ahead, multiple left shoulders ahead, and a right shoulder there to bounce us back to the upside. Could be a great place to get into Ethereum as it starts to go sideways. I'd wait for it to consolidate into this pocket. That would make more sense to me. And then back to $3,900. But, you know, it held a key support, got a bounce. Pull a fib from this level to that level. It looks like we wicked to the golden pocket, which is awesome too. So that's a golden pocket retracement from this wick impulse to that wick there, and then the breakdown. Says Ethereum could get a bit of a bounce. I would look for it to bounce and consolidate here. I would start to buy it right in here at 2670, 2600, and then see if I could take it up to 39. We've traded Ethereum very lovely the last few days. I believe we could do it again. Yeah. Hey, brother, what do you think about Zex? I don't know about Zex. Let's take a look at AERO Drone. Then I'm going to look at that super chat that somebody sent on in, and then we're going to continue to grind here with each and every one of you. We've gotten you through a lot today. We've talked about the DXY, Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin. We showed Bitcoin live trades, right? We show you what we're doing, 105,650, BTC looking nice, everything kind of setting up. Again, I don't know nothing but the fact about ignorance. I have no idea Bitcoin was going to pump today. I didn't know that. I did the best I could with the knowledge I had, and I took the probabilities that I figured were the best from my years of knowledge. Does that mean I'm going to be right every time? No. But I'm going to have faith in what I believe in and go from there. And because I have faith in myself, my strategies, and I've gone it alone so many times in my life that, hey, you can too. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for being here. I woke up today, the first thing out of my mouth, thank you, dear Lord, for my use of my legs, that I may walk to the bathroom. So many people wake up, they can't even walk to the bathroom. They were in a car accident, something happened. Imagine that. People lose their eyesight, everything can happen. Anything can happen, man. I'm so blessed that I have everything that God's given me every single day of this, you know, and I made 1K on spot AERO today. That's huge. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house. God bless you, brother. Sam, both leg on swing on the 4 hour. Thanks for all you do. Love the suit. God bless you, Chuck D. So look at this thing. I mean, AERO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-day candles in a row. And we just opened another one to the upside, bouncing off 50 cents. AERO is my number one. I just believe that Coinbase is going to put tons of money into the base chain. And when the market really starts to rip, base chain's going to be taking money hand over fist, and AERO Jones going to be making those fees on the automated market maker, and it's just going to be banging on them. And it's just like when cake went from 60 cents to $44. I mean, wow. Wow, it was $1, it would have been a 44x. It was basically almost an 88x. It was like a 60, 70x. I'll never forget it. I did 100x with SafeMoon, 100x Bitcoin. Right now, I'm 100x on my Bitcoin buy. I bought Bitcoin at $1,000. I'm 105x on it. I never sold. I never sold Bitcoin. I went up. I made 105x on my investment. Imagine you put $1,000 and you got 100 grand. And I'll tell you what, I put way more than $1,000 in there. Back in the day, man. When Bitcoin was $1,000, I started buying. I knew about it when it was $350. I got emails. I showed my group. I'm getting emails about it at $350. Unbelievable. I was so blessed. And why? Because I started researching investing. I signed up to investing emails. I was constantly researching the internet. You could say I was lucky, right? Or did my search create the benefit? And so everyone's going to call you lucky when you win, but you're going to know it was all your hard work that paid off, that got you there. And you're going to be like, I wasn't lucky. You know? Yeah, free. Yeah, banks are free. No, Justin, Federal Reserve Chair says banks are free to conduct crypto activities. 100%. They're opening up the gates for cryptocurrency. It's a big deal because they're showing how they're going to use that SWIFT system on the back end, and they're going to start using it to move money throughout the world for sure. Aerodrome, looking for it to go sideways and continue to pump. I can see it at 144 not too long from now. AERO stops somewhere below 71, 69 cents would be appropriate. Sam Price grinding harder than a wave coffee grinder on a free refill Friday. No breaks, no sleep, just gains, baby. Banks can now conduct crypto activity 100%. I heard about it at 35, but couldn't figure out how to buy in cold storage 100%. Dang, man, you were in there at $35. What charting software should I be using when getting started? Go to tradingview.com and sign up. The link is in the description of all my videos. Go to tradingview.com and sign up. Man, this thing might beat up my Rolex the way I'm hitting it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I may have to do something different. Make sure it's over there. So crazy. 105.550 for Bitcoin. I want to see us hold the next 1 hour candle above 105.5. This lands like spotting a unicorn, rare and magical, and once you see it, your whole reality changes. Thank you, man. Going to start using it to create a Chinese-style global control grid, along with no AI regulation. Thanks, Trevor, for following the WF-UN directive. Going to start using it. Start using what? I don't know what he's saying. God is love. Oh, he's going to start using crypto. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. He ain't with that WEF garbage, but you never know. An overhead mic. Yeah, overhead mic would be nice, but then it could come into the screens too. So it's got to be right. We'll figure it out. I think this way I place it. I just got to place it differently. If I place it differently, I can do it. Also, I want to stand here and be more even. I don't know. Still finding out my way here in this new place. I'll probably go back to my home studio and be like, I'm so happy to be home, man. Right? I heard unicorns like belly rub. Sam the man with the crypto plan. You're funny. Belly rub. So Aerodrome, looking interesting. Let me jump on into the super chats and see what's cracking here with everybody here on the lot. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Keep hitting that like button. Keep supporting. Let's get us back to our regular numbers at 2,500 viewers a day. Let's go. Every single attempt, and somehow he pulls it off every time. Thank you. Cryptic Rick is the man. This man is like watching a time bomb being diffused. Every move calculated, every single attempt, and somehow he pulls it off every time. Yeah. Your Rolex is beating up your mic stand. I know, right? I hope so. Any advice to me as a 19-year-old man trying to retire my bloodline? Why you kept going and made you believe in yourself? You know, you know what it was? It was anger. You know, sometimes anger can really fuel you. And I thought about my mom and dad and how hard they worked. Actually, it was love. But with love comes anger, right? If someone hurts someone you love, do you get angry? You do, don't you? Yeah, so love can create anger, can it? Yes. Because if you love someone enough and someone does something to them that you don't like, you can get angry. Agreed? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about how hard my mom and dad worked. And I got 2 watches on. I got my Bitcoin watch at Bitcoin Coin Vigilante. Check them out. I got a link there at the portal. I got to send it to my team and get it going, though. Something I got to figure. Let me see if I can get the Coin Vigilante portal up right now. The Coin Vigilante watches, though, they're pretty awesome, man. Coin Vigilante, baby. I think I'm in there. I'll figure it out another time. I have a link, though, that will give you 10% off these beautiful Bitcoin watches. They're absolutely lovely. I love them. They're super cool, fun to wear, nice to look at, beautiful design. Just, I don't know. Bitcoin, baby. Can't even get this watch anymore. And he made like one of 120 and one of 121 and all that. So check them out at coinvigilante.com. But wait till I get my link up next week. But if you want to look at the watches, or tomorrow, I'll have the link up by tomorrow. Okay, so Aerodrome, looking interesting. Only 500 hit the like, folks, for the lifer. Thank you. VELO Labs, please. Great work, Sam. God bless you. Shout out to Stefan Mallet. Let's take a look at VELO Labs. I'm feeling great today. Are you feeling good, happy, motivated? You know, everything in my life is a blessing. The hot water heater not working is a blessing. You know, the sink being broken is a blessing. I'm so blessed I have things that are broken. You know what I'm saying? I got to be always positive all the time, every single step of the way. Now, there's VELO Finance and there's VELO Labs. Then there's Velodrome. Velodrome Finance, you're looking at VELO, right? On KuCoin here, I believe. Or VELO on OKX, yeah. VELO on MEXC, yeah, but that's not Velodrome. I just want to make sure we're on the right coin here. The Mount Rushmore trading first stone, Sam Price. The rest are still trying to earn their spot, man. God bless you, bro. You're going to blow my head up, man. So VELO, you know, like Bitcoin's attempting to pump, so is everything else, right? So when the market starts to turn, Bitcoin starts to turn, and these other coins start to turn. Everyone's like, oh, I could see it attempting to get a bounce here. I don't like the market structure too good. Shoulder head, kind of a right shoulder. But, I mean, if it goes any lower, they'd be in the negative, so they can't even hit that measured move. That's the weekly. The daily looks like it's going to break out. Almost a bit of an Adam and Eve here if you look at it closely. There could be your Adam. You could be starting to make an Eve here back to the upside, right? That would be the measured move somewhere. Right to this resistance, actually. Somewhere about 237. It looks like it may have bottomed. You're not buying the top. I'm not touching this thing, though. I think there's way better trades out there. You do what makes you happy, though. But it does look more bullish than bearish. You break above this trend line, look for the retest. Let's move down to the forward hour. Are you above the 200 moving average? Yeah, so look for us to break the 200, but connect back to the 21. When the 21 reconnects, get into the trade over and over again. That's it. So when this 21 connects, and if you're in the trading group, I'll put an alert here, and I'll let you know. Like, if the alert hits, I'll be able to tell you what's up. I just put alerts on vertical lines. Price has to go right. So when it crosses the line, I get an alert. It's a very simple way to trade. I didn't reinvent the wheel completely. I just did a lot of simple stuff that a lot of other people weren't doing. So Tarze, I had a huge bounce off 6 all the way back to 9. Can you believe you can get it at 6 cents again? That was insane. I see it in this cup and handle and just business as usual, back inside the handle and back to where we thought it was going when we were here, back to the upside. So once you leave a pattern but get back inside, you just treat it like you're back inside the pattern. It is what it is. So we had a beautiful spike up to 11, back down. Over time, this thing's going to do numbers. Backed by the Solana Foundation. Bitcoin goes up. The altcoins go up. Sol goes up. This is going to rip. And so I see Tarzan hit it probably 25 cents, but it's going to take some time. And you're going to take some patience and conviction. And it's not easy. Yeah. Lower high, lower lows. Amen. Bitcoin 105.5, slipping around now. Making me wonder if I should just get out of my trades for the day and day trade the 1,000. It's, some days you go for the big gusto. Some days you just take what you can. Figuring that out is really my key to day trading, is when I believe there's going to be a bigger move and when I just have to take what they gave me. Now, 90% of the time, I'm just going to move that stop loss to break even and then go from there. That's really your best bet. That's the best thing you can do. Now, remember, if you're up $400, you only need to do that 10 times to make $4,000. Always take a deep breath and realize where you're at in the trade. Never force it. And realize, hey, if I did this 10 times, I'd be able to make this much. Never look at it as, this is a measly little, this is a small amount, Because the universe will see that and squander your gratitude. Always have gratitude for the little things. That'll how you propel further to the big things. It does look like it could be making a right shoulder at resistance. I have to be honest. There's a chance Bitcoin's making a shoulder, a head, and some type of right shoulder here. Right, it can't seem to get back above 105.8, 105.750 here. And that could roll over. It really could. Then we could lose the 200. We'll be somewhere down here at 102,000 again. Everyone's like, oh, but you were bullish, Sam. You slammed me again. You know, it's been very, very back and forth trading the last 2 weeks with the war and the conflict. I don't even like to say the war, but with the conflict, with the ups and downs, with what's happening in price action, definitely has people on their toes. And that's kind of skittish on the order book's pretty skittish too, back and forth. So it's got people acting crazy. 420 in the trade. Let's go. Okay, let's take a look. There was another super chat there that I remembered but can't remember at the moment. Velodrome Finance, please, assuming it follows AERO. Let's take a look at Velodrome on Coinbase for USDC. Wow, this thing got slammed. For some reason, this doesn't perform as well as AERO. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. I'm happy I picked AERO over VELO, even though they're both the drones. They're the drone coins. The drone coins, like the drone, but the drone. Aerodrome. Who came up with drone? So weird, right? Aerodrome, maybe? Look for this to make some type of inverted head and shoulder breakout. Maybe the shoulder can come out, retest, and boom. Looks more bullish than bearish to me, but I think there's better out there. I'd be trading AERO over VELO. It is the lower. It's smaller, so you think it could do more damage. Everything is following this Bitcoin flag here. So as you can see, even VELO is kind of in the little flag. It'd be so awesome if Bitcoin rips and the whole market just explodes. Right now we're doing well, 105.627. And it is looking pretty nice right now. Looking like we could get a beautiful pump. We're up beautifully in the trades. I'm up now. Very nice. Up over $1,000 now on the trade. So you guys saw me make $1,000 in about an hour. If you're in my live stream or in my trading group too, and you could tell exactly when I got into the trades. So this is phenomenal. I like what we're seeing here, all coming together. Praise be to God. And thank you for everything. A moment of silence. Let's praise God right now. I think that's a good idea. Dear Lord, we prayed for peace yesterday. We sent all the energy to the earth for peace. Hopefully we do get peace. You know, it's one day at a time. I'm not going to over-speculate, but I believe in the power of the will of man and the peace that man can push off with God's will. I'm super excited where the future is going for the earth. I believe there will never be another world war again. We're done doing that. We're just too advanced, too civilized, and we have too much technology at our fingertips. Iran wants to make money. Israel wants to make money. Everyone wants to progress, compete in this new age of digital technology and Web3. That is the new war. The war is how good are you at tech? How fast can you move your company? It's a digital war. You know what I mean? We can compete in a new age state, not in the old vicious, barbaric ways. We're done. What is blowing up each other going to do? What is bloodshed going to do but give low frequency to anyone who let that missile go? When you hurt others, you hurt yourself. No matter what you think you do, you never get away with pain. Even if you're not the one receiving it, if you're the one giving it, it will come back to you. This universe does not allow you to be free. Every single thing has a yin and yang. You will be brought back to justice. Remember that. Everybody, you never get away with it. If nobody's watching, God is still watching you. Anyway, thank you for the peace in which may be prevailed here. Thank you for the beginning of thank you for cooler heads prevailing, and hopefully more peace continues. God bless everybody on the channel. Thank you for being here. May you raise your frequency every day and make the world better. With God's help and your help. Amen. Okay. So Bitcoin still doing damage, still like where we see here. How about that NASDAQ trade? Are we in the green here? What's happening? Let's take a look. Yep, 12%. The NASDAQ trade doing damage. Continuing to go to the upside here for the NASDAQ. I like it. The nasty Nas, baby. Amazing. So the NASDAQ trade and then that flag starting to break out as we talked about too as well. Target for the NASDAQ takes me somewhere to about 22,653 on the NAS. Velodrome, got to get above that 1 hour 200 moving average. That's going to be its next big challenge to get back above that key level. Bitcoin holding 105,650. Technically a breakout, but at resistance. Could make a shoulder, a head in a right shoulder and dump in our face. It's not over yet. Stochastics do want to turn up though. Everything kind of in our favor for the bulls. So far, so good. I think I opened up a trade on BitConnect last night, but I can't remember. I have so many trades going at so many times. No, I did not. I want to go all in on that 200 moving average. The 5 minute just broke above. Let's take a look if there's a scalp here on the smaller time frames. The 1 minute crossed the 200 moving average. My go-to signal for a long. Once we crossed, look, we blasted to the upside. Amazing. Then you'll cross the 3 minute 200. Then you'll cross the 5 minute 200. Then you'll cross the 7 minute 200 if you haven't already. Then the 10 and the 15 and so on and so forth. We're above every moving average right now. Very bullish sign that we're going to be in a continuation. That's a cheat code to find out when you're in an uptrend. Okay, you could count the trend like one, lower, higher, low, higher, or you could just see where are you on the moving averages. When you're above multiple moving averages, tells a story. So look, now we need to get back above the 2 hour and hold above it. We're a little far away for the 21-day moving average. Tells me if we do get a pump, there's going to be a massive pullback. So if we get a short squeeze up here, then there's going to be some bearish div somewhere at 107.5, 108, and then we could get a pullback back to the 21-day moving average. So I'm starting to see we're a little far for the 21 on multiple time frames. Tells me to be careful here. And there's a resistance. Maybe I take my money and I move on for the day. I know I'm up for sure, guaranteed to get paid and move on. Like I'm up a nice $498 in this week's trade. I'm going to teach you one thing you're going to be doing. If you're with me and I become your mentor and we go through a lot and you're up $500, I think the smart thing to do would be to cover your position. So I'm going to be moving, see, I'm moving the stop loss right to break even here. See how attentive it is too? Super attentive. Right there, move the stop loss to break even. I can't lose any money on this trade now. I actually can win money. I went up on the trade. I'm basically above that key level. So I like it. I like what we're seeing here. Look at these massive green candles for Bitcoin. So now I'm above the stop loss on the trade. Everything's still going our way. We're up $500 of the trade. We can't lose now. The key is not to lose. You don't want to go wake up, or maybe you had to go somewhere, something happened. Heck, I had an emergency, right? You have to call an electrician. Something happens. Next thing you know, you get back into the trade. Oh no. I got 3 kids, multiple real estate. I got so much stuff going on. I don't got the time, right? So when I set my trade, I got to set it. And that's why when people say I don't have the time, I say hogwash. You have more than enough time. You just need to be more organized with the way you use your time. That's all. Everybody has enough time. They just don't organize it properly. They're not disciplined and focused. A very wealthy person looks at their time very closely. It says, I'm not going to waste my time doing this. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I only have so much time. I'm not going to waste my time doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't equal out. Now, there's the enjoyment factor. If you like to do something, you do it anyway, regardless of whether you could pay for it or not. And that's the beauty of having that, having that option. Man, so this flag could have broken out by now. It's been 2 hours. We've had a lackluster move. We did get the pump from the bottom of the channel. We were able to make some gains here. Up about $1,000 right now. Exactly, actually. Up about exactly $1,000. And I could take the trade and win for sure, or be greedy and hold out for more, but not make any money. See, that's the key. See, the key is right now, if I do this 10 times, I'll make $10,000. If I wait the whole time, then, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go to the smaller time frames on weeks. It looks like I'm going to take my weeks trade down and take my $500 there. Lackluster, man. We're getting rejected by 105.7. I'm seeing just a lack of follow-through today. And we may continue to pump. But I'm going to sell the week's trade for 500 bucks. I'm going to do something that most people never do. I'm going to do what's called taking profits, everybody. All right? And I move that stop loss like high into high profit. Yeah, now we're at 105, 450. I'm not a fan. It is a breakout. I like it. So I just sold the trade there on weeks, and I made the gain about 400 bucks. All right. So there you go. I mean, I didn't, I sold as that wick was coming down. It just looks weak right now. I don't know. I got some bearish divvy on the 3-minute time frame. I keep my other trades going. I'm covered now. If anything ever happens, right? We'll be fine. We got a stop loss too, and so hey, whatever goes down, goes down. But I would have expected a nicer pump from now. On a Tuesday, touch of the 21. It must be low volume weekends and Jerome Powell talking that just kind of got the market back and forth. You remember Jerome Powell sitting there right now testifying, and that's definitely affected the market. He may be done, right? Is he done? He's probably still testifying right now. So I'm going to keep my other trades open, make sure I paid myself there on the week's trade. There you go. Now I can check off a payment. You see what I'm saying? Pay the trader, pay the trader, pay the trader. Very important to pay the trader. Okay? See, look, we're looking for this to kind of hold here. So if the 5-minute loses the 200, it's a wrap. You can see how it made a head and shoulder, a slanted one. Like shoulder, kind of head, right shoulder there. See, that will come down. But let's look for it to consolidate and blast off in the next few hours. And remember, it's not easy. I used a lot of money to make that $500 trade, and you had to know what you're doing. A lot of money, a lot of leverage, and have complete control over how to surgically get in and out of that market. I made that look easy making 500. I do it effortlessly, don't even realize how I did it. But I want to make sure you guys don't think it's that simple. Like, it takes a lot of time, a lot of thought. You got to know your leverage, know your positioning, know why you're doing it. Like, know when you're getting out for sure, why you're getting out. Have the whole entire trade's got to be mapped out in your mind. This still looks good to me, like we could get that move. Somewhere to 108,005. 109K would be ideal today to the upside here. $109,000 BTC. Okay. Let's get back into the super chats. I think there was one I did miss there. And I don't usually miss them. We go through them all anyway, but let's just double check. Sam, looking good, my brother. Thank you for saying that. All right, let's take a look. We got a lot of awesome stuff here. We have Act 4. Could we do TARS AI? We took a look at TARS. God bless you. Sam, I got BOOKMAP a few weeks ago and would love to get your settings for it, as I'm seeing discrepancies between what yours is showing compared to mine. So much love from Nori, man. Forever the GOAT, Christian Michelet. Let's take a look, man. Let's take a look at the BOOKMAP settings, all right? First thing you do is you're configuring, correct? All right. Look, 105.4 right after I took profits. See, it's so crazy. So you go to connect. First, you got to go to configure. What you're going to do is you're going to configure a connection. I added a BOOKMAP data connection. That's all you need, BOOKMAP data, because that amalgamates the multiple exchanges, right? You could go here and do other ones. Bybit, right? I like BOOKMAP data. The DX feed will give you the actual NASDAQ, okay? So say I want to do the NASDAQ. I click here. See how it says BOOKMAP data, more, right? Don't show again, okay. I'd go here. I go down to DX feed. Add the connection. Okay, hit okay. Now here I can click in. Maybe not, hold on one second. Oh yeah, you have to pick the right and NASDAQ, you have to do something completely different. But if you're doing Bitcoin, BOOKMAP data, multi-book on the exchange, right? Bitcoin USD. Now your tick size, you might be at 100 or 500, and your granularity might be at 0.1 or 0.01. So you got to change your granularity and your tick size. I'm at 5.01. If your computer does not have a lot of power, the smaller your granularity and the smaller your tick size, the harder it's going to have to work, because it's going to have to figure out all this little da-da-da-da-da-da. I have some really super powerful computers that run BOOKMAP at a high end. So, but that's just one thing I do have to say. It's not amazing, all right? Okay. I hope that answered your question and got you going there on that super chat. Thanks for your consistency, sir. Supporting the principles you're sharing. Nothing but respect, sure. God bless you, Matt. Thank you. Solid gains every day and night. Mr. Price makes gains every day. Join the lifers and see for yourself. Thank you, brother, for the $50 super chat. Hey, and here's a $20 super chat from Sentience, man. It's been a long time, brother. Sentience, I love you, brother. You've been here a long time. Hey, Crypto Lifer. Hey, Chief, looking to sign up for your class. Will more classes available open up in the month? I work this Saturday, or the class is done for this month of July. Only once a week, because I'm with my kids, man. They have the summer off. I want to be with them as much as I can. I'm a workaholic. My wife sat there and begged me. She said, you got to take a little more time with the family that next 2 months. You got it. I know you love your group. I know all you want to do is make sure the business runs. She said, God will take care of you. People will come and go. But I want you with the family as much as you can. And so there are certain things we did, like we didn't do class as much, right, for the next 2 months. So yeah, just once a month for class. And that's why you got to take it. I could pass away. You could never get that class again. I'm telling you right now, people that don't sign up to that class thinking I'm going to be here forever. That's a bad move, man. I would take that class as soon as I could, because you never know when it's going to be around. And I give gold in that class, like gold. Damn, we're struggling here. Like, this is like a lackluster movement. We should be able to get a better pump. Look at that. I mean, that's ugly. Bearish div coming in there. And then if you lose the 200A on the 5-minute 200 moving average, there's going to be lower lows there. Damn, we were just up nice. If you can, try to avoid using flash close. Go here and go to hit the price like that. Pull that to 100%. Right? And close long like this if you can. If you're going to. I'm not saying I may actually. I don't know. This looks garbage. It just didn't do what I wanted it to do. It didn't follow through. We wanted to see complete follow through here. Complete pump to the upside. Lose that 200 moving average, we get hit off, so there's no reason to lose a lot. Velodram, we looked at that. Thank you. Sam, can you please respond to my previous super chat regarding your class when you have a chance? Thank you in advance. Shout out to Sentience. Wow, you gave 2 super chats, man. You didn't have to do that. I would have got to it. And the Mount Rushmore Trading, First Stone, Sam Price. The rest are still trying to earn their spot. God bless you, man. Thank you. Very nice of you to say. Very, very nice of you. So you can see the trade struggling. We're going to have to get a bounce here and bounce soon. I have 105, 350 in order to remain bullish. 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 Remember, I started saying bullish when Spooky Swap came out with Phantom because it was boo, right? Everybody was so bullish. Shout out to all my lovers of life and everybody out here. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 629 likes, $149 in chat revenue. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for all the chat, man. $150 in chat revenue. That's crazy. On a lower viewership stream, too, so it's crazy. I can't believe I'm saying that. 1,400 people is blessed. But this stream was huge. We had 3,000 people here, right? It was ripping when the market was out of control. I guess they, the war fear, the people in their heads, kids getting out of school, whatever it is, the nicer weather around the world. I don't know. I'm making excuses for myself. I have no idea. I keep pushing every single day. There's nothing else I can do but be me. And hey, some people aren't going to love you. When you show who you are, some people are going to hate on you, man. It is what it is. Or some people will love you for 6 months, then you'll say one thing they don't agree with and decide they hate you now. Happens to me all the time. I was like, damn, man, I thought you were my best friend. Now, people are so quick to turn on you on the internet. It's very, very fickle sometimes. And then there's people like you guys that are awesome and never turn on me. And I want to, really talk about those people and say thank you. Well, crazy, man. As you get bigger and bigger on the internet, you start to see the viciousness of the human race, man. It's crazy. People will say and do things to you as if you're not a human being anymore. And again, I guess I don't care. I'm on top, so I'm like, whatever. But still isn't fun when someone's nasty to you. You know what I'm saying? Not that, and no one's been nasty. I'm looking in the past, there has been some ups and downs. Hey, you put yourself online, that's what's going to happen. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to deal with the public, right? And you're going to deal with the ups and downs of doing that. So Bitcoin's struggling now. Looks like I sold the local top of that trade just now. 105.2. Looks like we got to like 105.7. I could feel that the market wasn't strong. You know? And I'm just going to kind of, I don't know. I'm not a fan right now of what's happening. Funny, right? The key is not to lose money. I take a shot. It doesn't go my way. I move on. Don't be stubborn. People are so stubborn. It has to be a certain way. Like, don't be like that. All right. I've been in your life in the 99 lifers for a long time, but life and family issues have kept me away from really focusing. Now I'm making time to just improve my health and focus on my finance. Looking to learn more from you and the group. Cheers. Thank you for still paying no matter what, man. God bless you, bro. Very nice of you. So many people have supported me in many, many ways, everybody. Yeah, look at Bitcoin, 105, 168. So I'm up 11 bucks. I'm gonna just take that trade out and know that I made about, 450 today and move on. Have been disrupting about 100K. Obviously, big money will wait if it decides to look for demand because they have the bags to do so as the reserves in Bitcoin. Yeah. I love you, Sammy Lifer. Shout out to Gorgeous Emu. God bless you all. 5% of the dollar power. And Jesus, you too, man. I love you, man. And I love Jesus too. He needs more data to find the data that shows the data that needs to see for the data. I know, right? Jerome Powell, right? You're probably watching that Jerome Powell nonsense. Absolute ridiculous. So watch the 5 minute. If the 5 minute can stay above the 200 moving average, we're in there. So I'm going to keep this one trade open. We're hanging on by a thread here. We're up $28 of the trade. We're going to keep that one trade open, up 2%. If we get the bounce and consolidate, I'll get back inside the bigger. We end up somewhere over here. I'll get back inside the bigger trade. I'll take the same flag yet again. But I just want to make sure that we get a bounce and we consolidate a little bit here. And again, aggressive buy would be to buy the red candle as it's dumping in your face. But you don't always have to buy the aggressive buy. You can buy the less risky buy. That's how I say. Why buy the aggressive buy if you don't have to? And there's no need of it. You see what I'm saying? You can if you want to, but there's no need of it. Okay, moving forward. How do we better ourselves? How do you get out of your 9 to 5? That's a great question everybody wants to know, right? How do you get out of the 9 to 5? What do you do? Well, you set up a plan. First of all, you say, how much money do I need to make each month to get out of my 9 to 5? It might not be how much money you're making. You might realize your bills are less. You're just making a little, and so you don't have to supplement your income exactly. You just have to find a way to win. Maybe you can downsize. Maybe you don't have to live in the place you're living. Maybe you're living there to show somebody how cool you are, and you could move into something that's not as flashy and save your money. So my dad, he taught me a really cool gift in life. He drove an old van. He didn't care what anyone thought about it. He had his steak dinners. He took his family to great places. We were on the beach all the time. He knew how to put us in the great spots, right? He knew. And he never really cared what anyone thought about his cars, man. He never gave a dang. He never bought. And he used to say to me, he said, look at all these people. They drive Cadillacs for everybody else. He said, never do something for someone else, Sam. He said, your family and your kids, if it works, it works. If you can get in the thing and it drives, then you're fine, I had a great dad, man. He taught me so much about the lessons of life. He was so great in so many ways. The older I get, the more I miss him, because the more I appreciate him. Because as I get older, I understand him more. As I deal with my kids, I understand what he dealt with me. And I have more love for him now than I ever have. I love you, Dad. I miss you so much, man. Damn it, sometimes it hurts me so bad. I miss my dad, man. Sorry, guys. I miss my dad, man. He left so fast. He left so fast, man. He left so fast. He just disappeared. Sorry, I composed myself here. I'd do anything for one day with my dad. Cherish the loved ones in your life. You know, I got my wife and my kids. Cherish the loved ones in your life, please, everybody. You know, cherish the loved ones in your life. They're not always going to be there. Anyway, God bless you all, man. We love you. We appreciate you. You know, in just one day, you know, you know, just one day, man. Just one day. But you can't get those days back. Not in this realm. Not in this world. In the next world, you know. But man, I miss my dad. So much, man. So much. So much. $105, 200 for Bitcoin. Can we get the bounce? Can the 200 moving average hold us on the 5-minute time frame? And only time will tell. I hope we can get it in. I hope we can save the day there. But we never know for sure. You know, that's why I use these 200s. There's such key levels in areas. Can we get the bounce here back to the upside? Can we get the bounce? You know, is the question. All about this 5-minute 200 right now. That's what it is. That's what we're watching right here. Get the bounce. I can maybe long in 20 minutes. Fall off and start to dump. I'm happy that I closed my trades. You know what I'm saying? Like, and took my profit on the bigger one. Shout out to everybody here on the live. The second I did that, people, a lot. Yeah. Valid crash out. I know, for sure, man. We love you, man. Thank you. Yeah, he goes, shout out to the dads who aren't keeping up with the Joneses. Hey, I wasn't keeping up with the Joneses. I just had it like that. You know what I mean? I just could do whatever I wanted to do, man. We live in abundance. But I feel you 100%, brother. Every time, enjoy your time with your family, Sam. You've done more than enough for the lifers. Yes and no, man. You know, it would seem, we would hope so. You know, we would hope so. We're getting the bounce in the 5-minute time frame. I like it. All we need is this bounce. That little bounce could be the difference of our whole day pumping or our whole day dumping. I know people don't realize that. Like, there's so much weight on that idea there. You know, either we go to the moon or we don't. You know, 105.3, the beautiful bounce, man. I like the bigger trade. The 1 hour says we can pump today. And so you can either just set the 1 hour too and just let it go. You know, don't stare at it like we're looking at it here on the channel. Just kind of set your trade and forget it. You know, that's the best way to kind of handle that situation and go from there. I told me to keep talking about Dad, to keep asking him questions after he passed, and it works. I still hear his voice. Amen. Matt, thank you for the 777s, man. God bless you, brother. I was speaking to the regular guys who feel as they need items to feel good. Lockheed Martin on sale. Somebody says, thank you for being a real human and showing emotion in your personal life. You're controlling and you're trading. This is a skill worth mastering. Thank you. I wasn't coming at you, brother. I was piggybacking on what you know. I know you were, boss. I know you were, 100%. I was just like, wait, am I one of those people? No, I got you. I know you were, brother. I took it the right way. God bless you, man. Thank you. 37 of my mom and dad have passed. I understand. God bless you, brother. You're young like me, man. You're young like me, and they gone, baby. They gone. Gone, baby, gone. The trade's going well. 105,339. Love you, brother. Anyone who leaves or has anything to say about you being a human with a chest full of love doesn't currently deserve the knowledge you are bestowing upon them. It's crazy. 13, because right when I did that, we had 1,400 people. 100 people left the stream. Can you believe that? 100 people decided they were going to leave the stream. They're like, I don't want to hear this guy. It's so weird, man. It's like I got to be a computer and only talk about trading. Second I talk about anything other than trading, no one wants to hear me. I can't be a person. I feel like I'm locked in a trading mathematical closet, you know? It's like, only use Sam for his mental brain, his Rain Man mind, and then leave him to the wayside, you know? But I'm a human being. I'm a human. I'm an actual human being. But God bless you all, everybody. 105,300. Ethereum is pumping nice for the 1 hour. Sam, I would never. You're an inspiration to me, brother. I strive to get to your level in all facts. God bless you, man. You will. You'll all get there. Trust me. If you believe in yourself enough and you tell yourself that there's no other way but getting there, then you're going to get there. The universe is really simple. It's going to reward you. It's going to give you exactly what you decide you desire. You just have to decide. The problem, most people don't know what they desire. They don't know what they want. That's the issue. Most people do not know what they want. And so they can't get the universe to give them or work for them because they can't. And again, you know why? Because you need a focus and need centered focus. Your mind has to be centered. They have most people's minds rocked and all over the place right now. They're not thinking clearly. The trade's still valid, everyone. I never got out of that 1 hour trade on one of the trades. So if I never exited the trade completely, then it means it's still valid. I may have taken profits on one of the trades, but it doesn't mean, you know, that trade is not valid. ET is a pretty good price. They can't hear the truth. It probably hits some kind of spot. You have to become a millionaire before you become the millionaire Sammy knows. Before you became the millionaire Sammy knows. I don't know what he means. Yeah, you have to become the millionaire in your mind before you become a millionaire in real life. 100%. You're a good man. I wouldn't be here if you weren't great. Thank you. Some people, it might just bring back emotions they don't want to deal with. It's not bad on you. I imagine my future is going to happen. Amen. Amen. I like the raw emotion. Makes you feel more real. It was just 100 SPY bots. You're funny. Lost my father when I was 9 to a drunk driver. Lost my mom at 11. I feel you, Sammy. You're not alone, brother. And I guarantee he's proud of what you've become. Thank you. And you had your parents way less than me. Sorry to hear that, man. Sam, I'm 19 and I aspire to be like you. We got this. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. That inspired me. Young 19-year-old kid actually wants to watch me. Change his life. That's a blessing. Thank you very much. Yeah, altcoins aren't amazing right now. I haven't looked at altcoins. I'm not rushing into altcoins. Everyone's like, check this out. No. Yeah, maybe if just help 100 tell their dads they love them. 100%. 100%. No, it's just like, you know what? I come back to this island where I spend so much time with my mom and dad, and it's not easy, man. We all want it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Anyway, I got to go pick up my daughter at the local club over here down the street. God bless everybody here on the live for the next, probably, I'll be getting out at 11:56, you know, just because I got to pick her up at 12 every day, right? I'm a grown 31, and I want to be like you. God bless you, everyone. Everyone, I love you. The trade's still going well. Let's hope we can get the pump. It doesn't look amazing, but it's looking tight right now. And let's see if we can stay above the 5-minute 200. We can pump, go sideways, and continue these moves. So I have faith that anything can happen at any moment in time. But I do know if we lose that 200, we're going to drop to test 104.8 and then possibly down to 104.4. And then that's that weekly support. And then we could be going in for a dump again. So we're very close to a dump or a pump today. I know you don't believe me, but that's the dump. We consolidate, stay tight, we get the pump. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. The bigger time frames look better than the smaller ones, telling us we should be getting the pump. But woulda, shoulda, coulda is a different story. We got to make sure it's happening. So, everyone, I love you. I'm going to find out what happened with the hot water right now. Do we have it? Is it a bigger fix? I have no clue. So, I got to jump on out of here, too, and find out what's happening with the hot water. And I have guests staying here. So, it's a family of 4 with me, and I got no hot water, man. I got to figure out what's going down. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'm super grateful for everybody that came to the stream. I'm appreciative of all your energy, all your time, and I thank you so much for being a part of the Crypto Lifer Show. Everyone, I love you. I'll be back tomorrow for another amazing, awesome Kick Butt live stream. I wish the trade well. Hey, I made $500 in the stream. It wasn't too bad. Or 400. But we'll go from there. And today may end up becoming one of the biggest days ever. We never know. Believe you're the opportunity, and you will be. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. I love you all. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be back tomorrow. God bless.